MiniWarGaming's Beat the Cooler Bat Rap!
Hey there, MiniWarGamers. Owen here again from MiniWarGaming with Michael for part 2 of our 3-part... Oh,
You
man.
really can't say that.
I can't do it.
Best of 3?
Best of 3. That's what we're going to do. It's a best of 3. This time I'm bringing out Epic Feora against Makeda, and once again Menoth, of course, against Scorn. So stay tuned for the armies, and remember, if you want to get your own Warmachine or 40k or Dark Potential or anything else, click the link down below. And remember, go to miniwargaming.com/challenge to challenge myself for another MiniWargamer. Yeah, you can also throw it in at the end. Anywho, here's my 35 points. Look how many models there are. Hundreds. We've got an awesome Judicator. Those Judicators are awesome. Epic Feora, also awesome. Bruce Lee, also awesome. Those guys. A Paladin. Iana and Holt, who I've never used before, but in theory could be good. Vanquisher, and a Vassal. 35 points. Scorn, 35, but how many more models he has? That means he wins. That's how these games work. You bring more, you win. Anyway.
You did bring more last time.
See?
Makeda, Bronzeback Titan, Titan Gladiator, Cataphract Satrati, Paingiver Beast Handlers, Agonizer, Swordsman, and the UA.
And that's that. And here we are deployed. Dirty Scorn hiding behind their hill. Good old Menoth out in the open. And Scorn have turn 1.
And here we are at the beginning of Scorn turn 1. First he riles for 2 on his Bronzeback, who then walks on up, and then his caster uses Savagery on the Satrati, and then hands off 4 focus to his Agonizer, just to get it all ready to start freaking out, like Agonizers do. And then he advances up. Then the Satrati get to advance up. Now Savagery makes them get +5 movement, or +5 speed, sorry. And so they just go walking up, and then they still get their shield wall. So that is an incredibly useful spell. I would love to have that on some of my guys. But anyway, they do move up, shield wall, walk, basically where we're going here. And there we go. Gladiator riles for 2, and then advances up itself, or rather it runs up, and then the Agonizer runs up, and then the Beastmasters all run up, because turn 1 in Warmachine is always so exciting. That's when all the game gets decided, when everyone runs across the board or positions themselves for turn 2, where the actual game begins. It basically depends on how you want to line this up, and gives you a turn to get all your focus and upkeeps out. Which is why I don't understand the tier lists that give you your upkeeps on turn 1, because you just spend the money or the focus anyway to get the upkeeps. So, but that's just my opinion. Leave a comment below if you want to give me a good explanation of why that's the case. But anyway, we start off. Feora goes first. She does escort on herself, because escort's awesome, and then walks up on top of the hill and sits on her focus. The Judicator, now moving 6 inches, walks up and sits beside her on the hilltop in proper Judicator fashion and starts launching rockets. It goes 4 inches to number 5, and so it heads away, and then it deviates from that location. It's a little bit off camera, there we go. And it goes 5 inches to 2, and it goes off and spots in the middle of nowhere. So I fire another rocket. This one goes 6 inches to 5 instead of 2 to 5, and so it goes flying off towards the Satrati, and then from there it faces the direction it was going, and then deviates once again 2 inches to 3. You'll notice in all these games, always, the yellow dice, or not the yellow, the red dice, not the orange dice, will be the direction. It's the one I always use. It's just, that's the one for direction. He's shooting his large 4-inch blast. It goes 6 inches to 1. So it goes straight forward 6 inches, and blam, AoE 4 hits 3 of them, and it's POW, I think 7 right now, and it's just trying to do damage here. Or if I don't do damage, then they get lit on fire. But I actually killed them both, so they just sit there. Bruce Lee walks up and he goes shifting sands, so he's now defense like 21, sitting behind that wall. And then the Exemplars advance, and then Iana and Holt advance, and they give each other stealth just because they can. And then the Vessel moves up, or Vassal, and he has the Judicator shoot again, firing yet another rocket at these guys. It goes 5 to 6, so it goes off back the other way, or rather towards him, my mistake. I always mix up which way this thing faces. So it's hitting 2 of them so far, and then it deviates once again. And it goes 5 inches to 4, so it goes pretty much right back to where it was, and it does hit the front guy, I believe. No, but anyway, they get lit on fire, is what happens. It doesn't do any damage, but they're on fire. His turn begins, and now I made a mistake here. I found out from Dan that I can't boost the damage against these guys, and I didn't do any, but just so I'm aware in the future. And none of the fires go out, which is fun to see. Dice -7 against the Bronzeback, it does no damage. -4 on the Citrati, it does 6 to that one, and then -4 on this guy, it does 5 to that one. So bam, big huge numbers with the fire damage. And you'll find that I love fire in this. And now he gets his Fury back, loading up his caster. The Bronzeback moves up, and he upkept his, well, he didn't upkeep Savagery. He meant to, but I let him do it because there's no reason why not. He totally would have intended, and it doesn't make any difference right now. So he upkeeps Savagery and moves up once again, keeping his iron or his shield wall up. And yeah, just closes in with his Citrati, getting ready for next turn where he's going to hit me with all these crazy Weapon Master and Reach and High Armor and this ability and that ability. But who am I to say? I play Menoth. And then his large group of swordsmen advance up, just trying to close the gap. Because it turns out his feat, he gets to bring people back if they get killed. So I was totally afraid of that. But they move up. This guy kind of sits on the hill there, leaning against him. And yeah, like I said, they just advance up. And he's willing to let them all get killed because his feat will let him bring them back. And so why worry about it? Exactly. And so he just continues to advance up. And yeah, he doesn't really have a plan here. And then after finishing that, he doesn't give any more focus to the Agonizer, who runs up behind there. And then his Warcaster backs up and does his feat. Oh, after giving some focus to the big Agonizer. And now he does his feat. Blam. And does Defender's Ward on the Spearman. Now the Bronzeback. It's not a Bronzeback. I called it a Bronzeback the entire time he was here. But the Gladiator just runs up. And then the Beastmasters all shimmy around. And they do nothing. Menoth begins firing rockets. Shoot the first rocket. It misses. And it deviates 6 to 2. Or 5 to 2, sorry. And it goes off that way. No, it was 6. That's right. And then it just gets the 1 there. But then it deviates a second time. So it doesn't kill him. And then deviates 2 to 5. Which heads back and hits those 2. And the Standard Bearer and the one guy there. So it doesn't kill them, but it lights them on fire. Now the Vanquisher moves up. He fires his cannon at the closest guy there. And he does miss. And it deviates 1 inch to 4. So it goes backwards 1 inch. And does not kill my guy. And I believe it doesn't kill any of his either. There you go. Because I need to roll like 7s or 9s or something crazy to kill them. But more fire. My guy gets lit on fire. Their guys gets lit on fire. Everybody gets lit on fire. Feora walks over in proper Feora fashion and fires her spray 10, which was just making sure you had the camera going there. And I fired off, aiming for the front Citrati. I miss him. Second Citrati, I miss. Now we get to the Agonizer, and I decide that I'm going to boost. So I boost the to hit on the Agonizer here, and I do. And then I decide to boost the damage because I really want this critter dead. And I take the focus off right now because I almost forgot to. But anyway, I take that off, and then I do my feat, which spreads the fire all over the place. So I can take the fire off of my guy and put it on anyone else within the 12-inch control area, as well as move fire around that's on them. And I generate a focus for every continuous fire that an enemy, or every enemy that is on continuous fire. And I take a lot of that focus, which I can immediately allocate and give it to my Judicator. And then Feora walks away using Fire Step. And now the Judicator walks up. He starts firing away with his flamethrowers. And he misses the first guy. Hits the second guy. And it's actually rather powerful. Do I kill him? Well, he's lit on fire regardless. And the third guy, I miss him. And does it kill the middle guy? It does not. Now I fire an AoE aiming for his caster, seeing if I can hit this guy. And I believe I miss, just barely. I needed like a 12, and then it deviates 3 to 3. And I didn't even notice that there is a little beast handler. And so I got the bronze back and the beast handler, and then it deviates again. 5 to 4, or 4 to 4. There we go. Words. Goes back, hits his caster. I boost the damage, and it does 3 points, and lit her on fire as well, which is awesome. And of course, they're all lit on fire. And I actually killed that guy, but he'll get to come back now. And now I fire my other rocket, aiming to try and hit that guy. It does not do anything either. And now I'm shooting my flamethrowers here, trying to do damage, and it does a 6 to 4, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It goes off, and now it's the other rocket firing, deviates a little bit, landing right onto the back of the Citrati, who are crazy powerful, but doesn't do anything over there. And now we're firing away again at his bronze back with the flamethrower, because I was firing the rockets, and now I'm firing the flamethrower. And that does 3 points of damage, and I use my last point to boost the damage against the guy in the back, which was kind of overkill, but I did, or boost to hit rather. Bruce, or the monk, moves up, does shifting sands behind those two, because he ignores free strikes. The paladin moves up and does stone and mortar, and then the exemplars move over and make a wall in front of Feora to try and protect her from these guys. Now, I messed up there at the adjudicator. There was actually an extra shot thanks to the vassal. That's why it was all confusing there when he fired so many shots. So, that happened. And yeah, now my guys just kind of move over, get all in position, and get ready to get counterattacked. And hopefully the fire will kill them all. So, there's that. And I end on Holt. They walk up on top of the hilltop. And now the beginning of Scorn, his caster, who is not inside my control, that fire goes out. And the other guy's not quite as lucky. So, now we're rolling. I think I need 6 to kills. I need... Their armor's 16 right now, so I need 5s to kill. So the first guy, and he's dead. And the next guy, he has boxes, but he takes 2 points of damage. Or either I do 3 points of damage, because I rolled a 7. Yeah. And then the next guy, it's dice minus 7. I do no damage. Dice minus a bunch. 3 damage to 1. And so just a little bit. Gonna poke that guy one by a bit. Dice minus 4 on the first Zidrati. Does 2 points of damage. Boom. Next guy, dice minus 2. No damage. Next guy, dice minus 2. Does 5. Or sorry, it's dice minus 4. My mistake. So it did 3. Next guy, dice minus 4. It does 3. And the next one, another 4 points of damage. And then the last one, hopefully we can kill this guy because he is almost dead. And we do no damage. So they all survive. The Beastmasters come back, or Beast Handlers come back thanks to the feat. And no one else does because they died on his turn, all the fire. Well, I say all they only killed one guy. But it wounded all the Citrati, which is good. And back there, his caster had done Defender's Ward on herself, and then Rush on the bronze back. And then the Beastmasters move up. They start off by raging everything, because they are going to try and kill the Judicator in one fell swoop. And he does hit. And so we start off, he does 8 to 2. And we'll go on the right side here. So it does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Second attack hits, and then he does dice damage, 8 to 4 on the right. And so he does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now he gets another initial. Or no, now he gets his chain attack, because he hit with the 2. So it hits. Dice minus 1, and it does 5 damage on the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now he gets his third initial attack after his smite attacks. So it hits. And it's dice minus 8 to 4 on the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then he buys an attack. And now he gets to attack again, which hits. And now he does 7 to 6 on the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now he gets to buy another attack. And he swings away once again. He needs like snake eyes to miss. So just dice damage. And he does, I think, 7 to 1. 1, 2. Then where does it go on the other side? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then he buys another attack. Surprise! It's going to be all day. He's got 5 fury. Hits. Dice damage. It does 3 damage to 3. 1, 2, 3. Buys yet another attack. This one hits on a 3. Hits. Dice damage. 6 to 2. And it does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he's almost dead. He's down to, I think, 7 boxes. And at this point, he leaves it alone. And he just waits. So he doesn't do his shield wall. He just kind of moves over with his Satrati here, trying to get in a better position. Because he wants to kill these guys and still be able to attack Feora after these guys are dead. So he just kind of moves around, shimmies here, shimmies there. Because he does have reach. So he can easily get in there if he can kill them that are in the way. Which is what I wanted. I wanted him to have to waste attacks aiming for them. So he attacks the first guy. And he does miss. Next attack on the other one. And it's a hit. And I'm pretty sure it just crushes this guy. Dice -4 on 3 dice. Yeah, you bet he dies. So there goes the first one. Now all their armor does go up. So they're now armor 17, which is nice. So this guy swings. He hits. Dice -5. And it is just enough to kill him, which is unfortunate. And now the last guy here is... Oh no, now he's armor 17. They were 16 before with the buff. They were 15 before that. More of the story is, he kills them. So, splat, 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 splat. And then he uses his last guy on the other exemplar, who hits, and then he needs an 8 to kill, and he kills him. Because it's not that hard to do. We get rid of that guy who still doesn't have arms, and we'll continue to not have arms until I get Privateer Press to get me more. Bronzeback goes in, and he hits. He's not a Bronzeback, he's a Gladiator. Does a bunch of damage, and that kills the Judicator, which is very depressing, because he is obviously the prettiest model on the table. And I'm just kidding. But he's really, I like the Judicator, he's cool. Lots of cool abilities, lots of little tricks. But now he starts ganging up on the monk. He's going for Lee Sin here with all of his tons of spearmen. And he wants to trap him because if he misses with the first attack and I can move, I'll just walk away. But I don't have acrobatics, so I can't move through his models. So he can block the monk in, and then that way he can just continue to get swings. And each of these guys do have 2 attacks, so he gets a total of 10 attempts to try and hit this guy, which he misses, and 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 he misses. He's down to 4 attacks, 3 attacks, and he misses. The last 2, oh, he actually hits him. And the monk's only armor 12, so it's dice -3. And he does a total of 5 damage, just enough to kill him. So I go for tough, and I make it. So the monk is okay, and his defense is not reduced, even though he's knocked down for tough. So he still needs 10s. So he actually needs 9s, because this is the unit attachment. He's a bit better. But he misses, and he misses. And that is the end. The monk has survived 10 attacks from every direction, but still lives. And so now they're swinging away at the paladin with the other swordsman here. He does 2 points of damage, and the other guy attacks. He hits, and he does 1 point. And then the last guy hits, and it kills him. So that is the end of that paladin, and stay tuned for part 2.